That's why it's just crazy. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I agree, but it makes no sense, but here it is. Joe Biden has signed an executive order making somebody named Greg Andrews the President of the United States of America.
Sir? How did you get President Biden to put you in charge?
Stevie J knew he couldn't handle the office, and if that new job for guy can't either. So instead put me in charge of running the country.
But nothing in the Constitution allows for this.
We're politicians. We don't really care what the law says anymore. Like elections, as usual. If I lose, I lose. Only the people that used to be here, I'll admit that I lost.
Will you ever consider putting former President Trump back in power? Or even in a lower office?
If Trump wants power, he can lick my fucking balls. If you want to do Trump, I forgot the appointment.
Where's the Secret Service?
Hello and welcome to our end of the year annual special. It's time to go through the various events of the year and be reminded of the amazing things that happened this year.
Can we please do this without pulling guns out this year?
No promises. I'll agree to not pulling a gun on myself. You know, you still need to fix your bullet holes in the walls from last year. If you need to work on walls, call your loser buddy, Tim Walls. Shut the fuck up, the election was stolen. Oh, so you hate us for claiming rigged election, but here you are doing the same fucking thing. How in the fuck does a rapist pedophile win the election were voted and it wasn't for tacos and communism?
I am so glad this is the last day you two are allowed to talk about this on my show.
At least you let us talk about it like our last asshole producer.
Only because it was important.
It's because you needed the views and ratings, isn't it?
Yes? Unfortunately.
And now, for the rest of the video, the producer's voice will be a bit different. Please ignore it. Somebody forgot to have the producer's lines recorded for this scene, and rather than redoing it all, we just decided we'll have two producers instead. No big deal. For person did more fun. Well, what video? I warned you, people. Run! It's business you dessert.
All right, I'm going to ask you two for your undivided attention for a conversation. I need you both to listen carefully. We're starting an election year, so while I know I'm going to regret saying this, I'm going to let you two talk about politics when it's appropriate. This means during only news segments about a politician, an election, governmental action, or anything similar. This means you are not to bring up politics for no good reasons, and there is to be absolutely no insults. Understood?
Sure, but I'm sure he won't cooperate because he's a fucking mega Nazi. No, you won't cooperate because you're a fucking communist Democrat. You start everything.
That didn't take
long.
long.
You start everything.
Okay, shut up. We're going to cut President Andrews' New Year's address.
Ladies, gentlemen, and all the other, genders of America. I'm here today to reassure you this will still be an election year. The elections will be fair. I promise, as your president, to not do any dictator-like things. I will not rig the election. It will be a fair and square election in which more than likely I will defeat both Joe Biden and Donald Trump. However, if I don't, I will peacefully transfer power to whoever you, the people, decide to pick as your president. When I do win, this next term will be my last term as your president. To my opponents, I wish you both the best of luck in November, and I ask, when you do lose, please don't assault the accountability in protest. Don't be butthurt I whoop your fucking asses in November. If you have any questions, please feel free to direct them to my trash can. Here we go again, the U.S. government infringing on my rights. Oh, so now you want to talk about rights. They're banning TikTok. Good, about time somebody took out the trash. If they're taking out the trash, then why are you still here? I could say the same to you.
Okay, people, there's more to talk about than just TikTok and insulting each other.
At least the FCC is bringing net neutrality back. Companies should have the freedom to make their own rules. I should be allowed to use my internet wherever I want, and I'm not paying extra just to use Netflix. They should ban all the porn sites and anything else you want. Okay, so banning books is bad, but not porn? Nobody learned anything from porn. No, but your mom got her career from it. Fuck you. At least she's not a virgin like yours. Do you understand how making a child works? Do you understand there are only two genders?
Okay, time for a break. You two can't just shut the fuck up with your stupid insults. Now is a good time to run a commercial.
Since when do we do commercials?
Since we're running out of money, now roll it.
Since taking office in December 2021, President Andrews has taken America in a new direction. Andrews has gotten bills passed enforcing term limits on Congress and the Supreme Court. Andrews freed America from a president who had no idea what he was doing and saved us from crazy, power-hungry Kamala. President Andrews has taken on corruption in Congress and imprisoned multiple politicians for taking bribes and the people bribing them. President Andrews is fighting for what's right and fighting for America. And now he needs your vote to win his second term and finish cleaning up America. His next plans involve barring political parties, shutting down the U.S.-Mexico border for good, and creating a new voting system for the American people to replace Congress, a system where the people will vote on federal laws. Vote Greg Andrews for president, the man who gives power back to the people and is removing corruption from our government.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is bullshit.
Please stick to the facts and not opinions.
Donald Trump has been found guilty in a New York court. He's charged with 34 felonies. He's a victim of political persecution. President Andrews knows he won't win in November.
That's an opinion.
Fuck off. He's scheduled to be sentenced on July 11th, hopefully to prison for life.
Stick to the facts.
Here's a fact. I'm gonna stick my foot up your fucking ass. Me too.
All right, time for another commercial.
Sucking Andrew's dick again.
Actually, this is the Trump ad.
What?
Remember when Americans could afford food and gas? Remember when the world was at peace and no wars were ongoing? Remember when the US government wasn't dumping billions of dollars into Ukraine and Zelensky's pocket? Joe Biden and Greg Andrews don't remember, as they've gone out of their way to take all of these things away from the American people. Americans are starving. America is sinking. The president is criminally prosecuting his opposition and turning America into a dictatorship. And there's only one way out, only one way to make America great again. President Trump needs your help and your vote. This November, you and your fellow Americans will have the opportunity to vote President Trump back into the White House, take America back from crooked Biden and Andrews, and restore decency to our great nation. Be sure to vote for Donald Trump this November. This ad was paid for by the tears of the liberals.
In a victory for free speech and fighting government corruption, Julian Assange has been freed. The man who posted government secrets got away scot-free. That's fucking bullshit. The US is no longer planning to extradite him, and he's now back home in Australia after spending 5 years in a British prison. How dare Andrews just let him get away with it? And it makes sense though, one criminal helping another. I agree. He let Assange get away with it, but prosecutes Trump for having classified documents he had a right to have. He did not have a right to have them. He lied about them and refused to turn them over when asked to. Tell that to Biden. He had classified documents too.
And time for another commercial before you two fly off the handle again.
This better not be another stupid fucking Trump ad. It better be a stupid fucking Biden ad either.
It's a Biden ad. We're playing all sides.
What?
In 2020, the American people voted for Joe Biden, and Greg Andrews wrongfully took the presidency away from him. Biden was duped by Andrews and never got a chance to help the American people. Joe Biden is running again, and this time he's learned his lesson. Joe Biden needs your vote to get him back into office so he can enact his policies, strengthen the economy, and help the American people. Donald Trump is already a convicted felon, and everyone knows Greg Andrews is a criminal. Joe Biden is not a criminal. Vote for a law-abiding citizen. Vote for Joe Biden. The content of this advertising is paid for by the I'm Not a Crook Association.
This is bullshit. Read the Constitution, bitch. I'm sure the founding fathers didn't want this bullshit. You're just mad Trump isn't going to prison because you have Trump derangement syndrome. The Supreme Court has ruled Donald Trump has immunity from crimes he committed while in office. The Supreme Court has ruled prosecuting political opponents is bullshit. The Supreme Court has ruled it's the most corrupt thing in America. Actually, the Supreme Court has ruled presidents cannot be prosecuted for things they did while doing their job. If you break the law, you should be prosecuted. Tell that to Hunter Biden.
All right, I know where this is going, so we're going to run to commercial instead.
God damn, you're a sellout. Campaign for Trump. Maybe he'll give you a small loan of $1 million. You know, our producer could use that to pay his bills instead of these stupid fucking commercials.
And we're cutting to commercial.
As president, Greg Andrews has worked to undermine the government in every way possible. He pushed Congress into putting term limits on the Supreme Court, something the Founding Fathers specifically didn't want. He's imprisoned politicians for taking bribes and the people bribing them. Meanwhile, he's taken bribes himself from people who suddenly become his cabinet members. Andrews' plan to shut down the US-Mexico border involves blowing up almost 2,000 miles of land between the two countries, potentially killing thousands of people recklessly for no good reason. Greg Andrews is the most un-American president ever, and worst of all, nobody voted for this guy. Show Greg Andrews the door in November and vote for literally anyone else. This ad has been paid for by the Commission of Fuck Greg Andrews.
Alright. Convicted felon former President Trump. Your time has come. You did not like me making comments about you sucking some dick. And you tried to kill me. If Trump wants power, he can lick my fucking balls.
Where's the Secret Service?
No. Not gonna fly here. You're done. You're finished. I'll shoot your ass and I'll frame Biden like I did Bush for 9/11. Piece of shit. Where are you at? Hey. Stop pointing me out to the Secret Service. They already knew I was coming. Idiots. Whatever. Fucker. You won't hear this one coming. Oh, wrong person. My bad. Okay. Oops. I really should have gotten a sniper for this. But you shot me with a pistol. I'll do the same to you. Oh, I missed. Okay, one more shot. Got him. Yes. Goodbye, Hitler. Even though I'm more like, nah. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened today is a tragedy. There is no place for violence in this country. I promised you all free and fair elections, and I intend to see to that promise. Sadly, someone has taken it upon themselves to take that witness when they shot and killed former President Trump. My condolences go to him and his family. My hope is that he will rest in peace. I will be attending his funeral to pay my respects, as I hope my opponents of the show will also be attending.
Mr. President, I hope that you're aware that former President Trump is alive. He was only grazed in the ear.
What?
Yeah, he's alive. Also, isn't that a black and purple pistol on your side? The same description of the pistol that was used to shoot the former president?
This is from my own defense, especially after what happened.
Where were you during the shooting? The Secret Service claims they don't know your whereabouts during the shooting.
I was at a roof in Pennsylvania. Yes, I was right from the White House. Yeah, yes, as As a great courtesy to my country, I am replacing the roof of this great government building.
Sir, the White House is not in Pennsylvania.
Fake news. Shut up, Piggy. I moved it the morning of the shooting. I moved it. I moved the whole White House. Oh, look at that. I got a meeting. Questions, trash can, tomorrow in there, bye. I gotta go. How in the fuck did I miss? This is bullshit. I had that fucker dead. It was necessary to run a civil war, you fucking idiot. Who the fuck are you? I am a time traveler. I fix stupid shit that people like you do. I actually stopped you from becoming the president at one point, but Biden was somehow worse, so I changed it back. You piece of shit. I'm doing what's best for this world. What happened with Biden in church anyway? What made him so bad? Your vice president spread a computer virus that was taking control of the world's nuclear capabilities, and of course to ending the entire world and or spurring us into World War III. Because without the vice presidency, he had nothing better to do, and Biden barely made any effort to control the fucking situation. What the fuck? I knew that guy was a piece of shit. Quit doing stupid shit. You're not the first guy I've had to save from his dumbass decisions. I saved the world from Trevor. Then you sent into civil war by killing Trump. He shouldn't have tried to kill me. Yeah, I had to stop him from killing you too. Huh? You think you merely survived a bullet point blank? No. I changed out the bullets for less deadly ones. Something Hannah TSB should have done too. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Now I'm off to probably fix your next mistake. Before you go, can I ask a question? This never goes well. What is it? No, you can't have the winning bar numbers. You can't ask me to prevent your ex's birth. You can't ask me to prevent your own birth, or your mother-in-law's birth, or anyone else's. You can't be born to a rich family, or to a rich family. Anything you want the answer to is probably no. So you can't make me win the election? No. Also, I'm not a genie. I don't grant anything. Do I ever get a girlfriend? Yes. What's her name? Your left hand. Goodbye. Oh, fuck you.
President Putin.
It's about time you started calling me president.
Zelensky is about to be president of Russia.
What? No. Biden called me President Ukraine, not the other way around.
Ukraine has invaded Kursk Oblast. We're being invaded as I speak.
Massive factors. The motherland hasn't been invaded since Hitler.
We did not see this coming.
You're fired. I'm going to down your plane like a golden. My computer won't work. What the hell? Neither does mine. Our asshole producer probably didn't pay the internet bill. He didn't pay me last week. Me neither.
I had to pay the rent. I'll pay you both next week.
For both weeks?
Yes.
I'll believe it when I see it. Did you pay the internet bill?
I did. We need it to do our jobs.
So looking at my phone here, ClassTech released a box update that's wreaking havoc on all Windows systems and needs to be manually fixed.
Great. More fucking repair bills I can't afford.
This is why I hate updates, and I better get paid next week.
Hopefully getting these computers fixed isn't too expensive.
Companies need to test their updates better. Well, one thing we can talk about, Biden is Biden. His debate performance was, a disaster. A disaster so bad, he had to drop out. You could say that. You know, I think he should stay in. make it an easy victory for Trump.
Stick to the facts. Actually, before you two turn this into a stupid argument, and since I need the money, let's go to commercial.
Use that money to pay your bills instead of screaming out of my fucking paycheck.
Kamala did give me a lot of money for this commercial.
Ho!
As Vice President, Kamala Harris oversaw Biden's groundbreaking advancements in legislation. Several acts, including the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, the CHIPS and Science Act, and many more. Harris was on the road to major accomplishments before being wrongfully fired by somehow incoming President Greg Andrews. Harris was prepared and ready to take over at any moment if necessary. She knew what the American people wanted and needed. The American people voted for Harris, not Greg Andrews or Donald Trump. Show Greg Andrews and Donald Trump the door. Vote for Kamala Harris for president. This ad has been paid for by the money not spent doing interviews.
Of course, we find Donald Trump playing golf. That was his fucking piece of shit, though. And you know what? I'll bet he's only playing 9 holes. He loves when holes are 9. 9 holes of golf, holes that are 9 years old. Yeah, no, same difference, right? I wonder why he looked at Epstein so much. And thanks to the weekend, the Secret Service, no one can stop me. Shit, that's fine. Fucking time traveler.
Greg Andrews may be the most un-American president we have ever had. Greg Andrews wants to bar political parties, destroying an over 200-year-old American political tradition. Andrews wrongfully ousted a sitting president by taking advantage of his mental state, completely ignoring the will of the American people. Andrews plans to strip Congress of its power, a first step towards taking absolute power for himself. And worst of all, he's attempted to assassinate his biggest political rival. If Greg Andrews keeps the White House for 4 more years, he'll keep it for the rest of his life. Don't let him win. Vote for literally anyone except Greg Andrews. This ad has been paid for by the Commission of No Third Parties.
So, North Carolina. Yeah, that's awful. As you may have heard, Hurricane Helene has wreaked havoc on many eastern states. Those states include Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. And FEMA isn't doing shit about it, and neither is Greg fucking Andrews. Andrews already had help on the way before the governors even asked for it. They gave people who lost their houses $750, and yet billions go to Ukraine. There's more help coming. It takes time. I can't wait until this election ends and somebody more cognizant takes over. You mean Harris?
Okay, commercial time. Gotta pay the bills.
And us. No shit.
Commercial it is.
As time goes on, Greg Andrews is getting more and more deranged. He is firm and set on winning the election, almost as if he's hiding something. Many people have been fired from the White House, including the Attorney General, replaced by Andrews' vice president's best friend, Brandon Michaels. Andrews has replaced the FBI director with his lawyer, Paul Wright. Andrews has also fired and replaced the Secretary of State with his ex-girlfriend, Skylar Eisenhower. Is Andrews plotting a coup if he loses? He never won in the first place after all. Don't let Greg Andrews have a chance of stealing power for good. Don't let Greg Andrews serve for 4 more years, and maybe forever, as America's first dictator. Andrews has threatened the American way, threatened to strip Congress of its power, forced unprecedented rules unwanted by the Founding Fathers on the Supreme Court, taken bribes and imprisoned others for taking bribes. Greg Andrews is a dictator, a tyrant, a hypocrite, and a serial liar. Get out and vote, but not for Greg Andrews. This ad has been paid for by the Let's Have Future Elections Commission.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, America will decide who the president will be for the next 4 years. As promised 2 years ago, I am allowing the elections to go on as normal, and I will accept the results if I lose. I wish my opponents the absolute worst of luck, as I know I will mop the floor with both of you. I will see you all tomorrow, where I will officially be your president for 4 more years. Direct any questions you have to my trash can. You've got to be fucking kidding me. How? Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is the 47th President of the United States. I would prefer Andrews. You have Trump derailment syndrome. They're both fucking terrible. Yes, Harris and Andrews are. Luckily for all of you, we've obtained footage of Greg Andrews reacting to losing the election. And the winner of the 2024 presidential election is Donald Trump. No! Are you kidding me? Why? No! Not again! No! Not again! No! Donald fucking Trump! No! Fuck! Stupid fucking Donald fucking Trump! God! Ladies and gentlemen, I have several people looking into the results of last night's election. I refuse to believe that orange fucking piece of shit somehow won the election. No. And I refuse to let our great country fall into the hands of the biggest fucking Nazi since the 1940s. As a result, I will not leave office until things have been resolved and the rightful winner is announced. I have things to do. Please direct all of your questions to my fucking trash can. Son of a bitch!
What will your first actions as president be?
Securing the border, removing the illegals, and removing the corrupt DOJ.
How do you feel about being called a Nazi and Hitler?
The only Nazi in America is Greg Andrews.
Speaking of President Andrews, would you consider him for a position in your cabinet?
Greg Andrews, terrible person. Probably the worst person in American history. Just the absolute worst president. Worse than Joe Biden. Worst president ever. Just terrible, awful guy. Shouldn't be. Why are you talking about Greg Andrews? You want to know about Greg? What I consider that piece of shit in my cabinet. Greg Andrews. If Greg Andrews was power, he can lick my fucking balls. Does that sound familiar, Greg? I hear there's a big target coming to this hotel soon. I'm gonna finish this once and for all. You know, they wouldn't say who it was, but we all know who's just so important. Yeah, here we go. That guy looks important. Must be my target. Goodbye, you fucking piece of shit. I did it! He's dead! Yes! Ha! Got him! Fuck! You're not Donald Trump. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is Brian Thompson? Oh, fuck!
Mr. President, I have very sad news for you.
Nothing is worse than me losing the election.
The former U.S. President has passed away.
Yes! Finally! It happened! Yes! Holy shit! Finally! Na 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 na! Na 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 na! Hey! Goodbye!
Mr. President, former President Jimmy Carter has passed away.
Who?
Former President Jimmy Carter.
You son of a bitch! You know, I had you all happy for fucking nothing!
You should have let me finish.
Fuck you! You knew what you were fucking doing! Fuck you!
Alright, we're gonna try something new to end the year off.
A new co-host? Firing this asshole?
No, fan mail.
Oh boy, they can tell us how fucking stupid you two are. Or why I should fucking kill you.
Open the first letter already.
This is from our property manager.
That's interesting.
It's an eviction notice.
What?
To the First American First News Administration, you are hereby ordered to vacate the premises by January 5th, 2025 due to your failure to pay rent for the last 3 months. Your lease is officially terminated. You were given several chances and warnings to rectify this issue. I am no longer willing to give you any more time or chances. Needing to pay your rent is needing to pay your employees. It's not an excuse to fail to pay your rent. Now, wait a minute. You said you couldn't pay us because you had to pay the rent. Yeah, what are you, running a hair campaign? I can get bills you can never afford to fucking pay.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything has been paid, including rent.
I haven't gotten paid. And neither have I.
Fine. I spent all the money from the ads on a vacation trip, and I'm not coming back. So good luck getting your money, fuckers. I'm out of here.
The hell you are. You piece of shit. Wait, we're actually working together? I refuse to fight alongside a communist. How about fighting with a friend? Sure, friend. Now let's go trust a fucking news company CEO. Indeed. Let's kill this son of a bitch. Ladies and gentlemen of the United States of America, I simply cannot allow our country, our beautiful country, to fall into the hands of a right-wing extremist dictatorship. I refuse to allow such a government to take over America. And I cannot allow the results of a most likely fraudulent election to ruin this great country. Therefore, I, as President of America, am officially declaring martial law, declaring the 2024 election fraudulent, and invalidating the results of said election. The fraudulent 2024 election is an attack on democracy, and an attack on the American people. I refuse to allow this attack to continue, and I will not transfer power until the proper results are provided, or a legitimate and proper election is executed. In an effort to get to the bottom of this horrific crime, I, as commander of the military, whom is now in power, am ordering the immediate arrest and execution of the following people: Donald J. Trump Sr., Kamala D. Harris, Joseph R. Biden Jr., James M. Johnson, aka Mike Johnson, Nancy P. Pelosi, and Addison M. McConnell III, aka Mitch McConnell, as well as the terrible anchors of fake-ass fucking news, aka First American First News. This is only the first wave of arrest of the criminals involved in this scandalous election. I promise you all we will get to the bottom of this and determine the results of this election. Thank you for your attention to this matter.